Today's session is being brought to you by ICIWorld from being on the internet for the last 20 years. And how to promote your website is one of the most important sessions that we actually conduct throughout the month. Each month we have a seminar called How to Promote Your Website, and many tips and tricks on how to get people to come to your website. It's very important because one person coming to your website can actually generate a lot of business for you and also help people find their dream properties throughout the year. So this comes to you once a month. You can go to our main website at ICIWorld.com. We're actually going to show that right now and show people how they can be, we're going to be covering 75 marketing ideas and quite a few other things today, but we want to show future people that are listening to this particular recording, and the majority of our people actually listen to this as a recording. All of our recordings since the beginning of time under For Members, if you go to ICIWorld.com, you'll see up here, For Members. You come down here and there's the YouTube video, which is our educational ICIWorld YouTube video. And when you click on that, you'll see videos literally since just for many years that we've been placing here. It's all a world of knowledge learned by other real estate brokers and ourselves on how to promote websites and generate business. And if you read the 50 pages of testimonials online, you'll see that it's all working for brokers and salespeople. And a lot of people just don't know how to make all this work because they haven't been able to take the time, care, and attention to study it all. Well, we have, and we put it all here in videos for you that you can kind of read over at your own time. Now this one, some of these videos, look for the ones that say how to promote your website, how to find exclusive listings. Where is it here? How to promote your website was the last one here. That was just done 3 weeks ago. There it is right there. And you can see people are so busy in the industry that they've received copies of this, but 21 views so far. And that's how busy people are in today's business. Maybe over holidays, they might be able to reach some of this and help themselves. But this is today's session. Everyone should have a pad of paper and a pencil handy, and you should mark these resources down. More important than maybe even today's session is the actual resources that we are going to be leaving with you, because that way after you hang up the phone and after you hang up listening to this particular session, what you're left with on your pad of paper will be resources for you that you can check out on your own time. And of course, this is one of them, which is how to promote your website from ICIWorld, which is the educational YouTube channel from ICIWorld, which you get from ICIWorld.com. Click on For Members, come down here and click on this YouTube channel, and that'll bring you up to date. For next month and future months, you click on this How to Promote Your Website. It's open to all realtors in the industry. You click there to register, and the reason we go over this is because if you miss one, we recommend every single member take this at least 3 times. This is actually one of the most things that you should do throughout the year, is thinking about how to promote your website, because it is an office building on the internet for you to bring in leads. Every bit as important as a bricks and mortar office that you have for your real estate office, to learn how to bring in people to your website, because what good is a website if you don't have any traffic? So we do this every single month, and we'll be adding on sessions right through the rest of the year. Yes, you can listen to them by recording, and the nice thing about it is, as long as you register, you will get a copy afterward of this event. So every month you should be attending to promoting your website, listening and learning, and getting yourself in tune with how you can be. It's really your own business that you're promoting. When the bottom line is, this is your business. If you don't take advantage of the most fantastic marketing medium known to man, which is the internet, then you're just missing out on easy, automatic, simple ways to get things into place that can work for you automatically 24 hours a day. So promoting your website is actually very, very important. And there's all the sessions throughout the year. Share this with all the people in your office and with your managers, and bring it up in Monday in your meetings, and let them know that these sessions are going all year long on behalf of brokers and salespeople. And so we're actually going to start here at the beginning, and let's get started. And we're not going to be taking any more of these phone calls because we're now recording today's session. Let me make sure that it is being recorded. One moment. I just have to click on this here, and it is being recorded. Today's session is being recorded. I sometimes forget to do that. Thank you. Some of the resources behind this, from being a broker in the business for many years, we have attended World Search Engine conventions, which were optimization conventions, where we actually spent $4,000 attending these conventions. So one of the tips today is going to be the top 8 items that we feel that we learned from that search engine convention that literally cost us $4,000 to learn. So if on a pad of paper you put down numbers 1 to 8 underneath each other, we're going to go through the top 8 items, and some of them one at a time and then some of them in a group. But if you put that down on your pad of paper, numbers 1 to 8 on a sheet of paper underneath each other, we're repeating some of these things because in training purposes it's very, very helpful, we found out over the years. So we do repeat different items from time to time. You simply have to have patience to hear us out because we cannot speak as fast as you think. So you really, a lot of you are thoroughbreds that know a lot about this real estate business, the internet, websites and all that. And we cannot speak as fast as you think, so you have to sort of have a little patience with us to kind of get this all out. But these are things that we've learned that can help you make thousands and thousands of dollars with your websites, in addition to the networking that goes on with ICIWorld. But the websites are the bottom line, because when you're a member of ICIWorld, for instance, you do not send people to ICIWorld. You should only send people to your own website, and we're going to get into that in a moment. But your membership in ICIWorld has all the networking going on throughout the industry, and all that networking that's going on can actually be displayed from your personal website that triggers leads, and we'll get back to that. And this is part of the search engine optimization, that you can have as many people as you want going to your website, but if you're not getting leads, it could be from a number of different reasons. And we're going to go through those reasons too, why people don't get leads from their website, why they've got these beautiful, beautiful website and they're not getting leads. And we're going to cover that. And you're so close. Every one of you are so close to making your websites work. It's just a few little things that you're going to learn today that can actually make your website work. All of a sudden, it's going to be like turning on a light switch, and all of a sudden your website can start generating a lead here, a lead there. You hop in a car, you go show a property, you love the property, you write the offer, you do a deal, you make $10,000, $15,000. That's exactly what these websites can do for you if they're set up properly. Now, when we attended this World Search Engine Optimization Convention, we had people there like from Microsoft Networks and from Yahoo and from Google. Vice President of Google was there. And the bottom line is, from studying all websites and going into the meta tags and keywords, is to make your websites relevant to the people that are going there. Now, when you advertise on the internet, whether it's pay-per-click or otherwise, if you just put something like maybe Kingston real estate, that sounds for the people in Kingston really good. But then when you do pay-per-click advertising, you find that you get about 150,000 clicks and you haven't had anybody call you, and you wonder why. And that's because when people went there, they thought they were going to Kingston, Jamaica. And so you have to realize that you have to get the keywords that actually work for you in your community. And if you put Kingston, Ontario, you're going to find that now, when you did pay-per-click, the people that did click on it, they end up calling you, and it makes better use of your resources, your dollars and cents that you might spend on pay-per-click. And people wonder, they said, I'm fed up with websites and all this stuff, I just can't seem to make it work. Don't give up. You're very, very close, people. And I recommend that you have a free consultation demonstration from us, and we'll actually go in and look at your website, and we'll do some sort of analysis on maybe how people might be finding you or trying to search for you, and on the internet, what they're searching for listings, and see if your website stands the test. Now, the bottom line you're going to find is going to be these mobile websites, and there's a race on right now, and I'm going to tell you about the race. And if you don't even know what the race is, then you're not even participating. You got to get involved. We're going to cover the race today, the race for your getting business for you. So we've learned some things there. You got numbers 1 to 8 marked down, and we've been working with other real estate brokers and salespeople in the industry for a long, long time, just helping them. We're like an assistant to real estate brokers and salespeople. We are a personal marketing and information assistant helping brokers take advantage of the internet with all these various tools. We started as an initial have and want information service, which has now grown into largest national exclusive real estate database from real estate brokers in Canada at ICIWorld.com. But from that, there's other various services along the way that we've developed that help real estate salespeople take advantage of the internet doing these various things. And of course, websites is one of the most powerful. So as realtors, we're learning what works and what does not work, and they say that it's realtors with technology that really can serve their customers the best, because the customers themselves are in many cases are very sophisticated, and they like things that really works well, the delivery of new listings to them for not only MLS information but also for exclusive information delivered to them by email. They might see something 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then call up their spouse and call you back and say, I'd like to go see this listing, and it all came from your website if you have it working. Special search functions can have your website deliver information to customers regularly. Now, you and I know that real estate board services can do this, but the customers cannot do that themselves. These websites that you can have can actually permit customers to go to your website to deliver this information. The testimonials, I'm not going to go over with them right now, but please go to ICIWorld.com/testimonials. You can write it down, ICIWorld.com/testimonials, and you can read about them. I'm not going to take the time now. There's over 50 pages of testimonials of deals going on here to see how things work. A lot of this stuff is cutting edge technology. We're on the forefront, so some of our things are totally in development all the time. Almost every day there's new developments and new things and changes that we're putting into place, so it's a constantly changing world. We do appreciate your input and your feedback. Now, changing some of the things that people want is like turning around a big ship. It takes time to turn things around. It takes time to redesign. It takes time to do programming. But don't stop your input and feedback coming. Keep it coming, because it gradually nudges that ship in the right direction to do all the kind of things that you like it to do here on ICI World. We do have a special pledge that everyone should know, that you should never go longer than 90 days without doing a deal or triggering leads that you feel will lead to doing a deal, or it is like having a flat tire in a car. You do not abandon the car when you have a flat tire. You simply go get it fixed. And the same thing is true here. If you're not generating leads, that's like having a flat tire. If you're not doing deals, it's like having a flat tire. Your car is not running. You give us a call, and then we will show you on some of the things that you should do to generate business for yourself. And basically, some of those things are listed in our pledge, which you will find online at ICIWorld.com. You can subscribe to the social media at ICIWorld.com, and you can do that both on your mobile phones, on our mobile websites and apps. ICI World, search that in the App Store, Play Store, on your Android and iPhone devices, and you can actually check stuff there and keep in touch with what's happening. Now, the reason why people are taking their busy time out to study this stuff is why promote with a passion every day because this is your business. The highest return on investment of any industry on the internet is for real estate. So the internet can trigger leads for people to buy shoes and to buy all kinds of things, and from Amazon.com and all these services out there, but it also does it for real estate. And so if one person calls you on a $1 million property, and one of the nice things about ICI World is that it's actually a very well qualified call. It's a very well qualified, because they know the area, they know the price range, and they know the type of property. So when they call you, they're basically pre-qualified to a certain extent, subject to your verification and qualification, of course, as a realtor. But when they call you and want to go see a property, and you hop in the car and go show it, and you make $50,000 with 2 hours work, which many of our members have done, you just got to read the testimonials, people. If somebody wants to see something, sometimes they just want to get in the car and go see it. And if they like it, they're ready to buy it. You got to catch them all at the right time. So you got to have everything working for you. You got to have your information active on the internet working, and you got to have your website active on working, because when people go to the one, they might want to go to your website and see who you are and learn all about you. Do they even want to deal with you? You got to have your Facebooks and your LinkedIns and your social media on your website to show them that you're a competent professional in the business and you're backing it up. You got memberships in the National Association of Real Estate or the Canadian Real Estate Association or the Orange County Real Estate Board. All these different real estate boards and associations are backups for you that you should have on your website. So especially with immigration happening in every country, people can see who you are, that you're professional, qualified to look after them, and they can feel a certain amount of competence, safety to at least check you out. And then once you have an opportunity to speak with them, that's what you're really looking for. And that's all our tools can do. All the tools from ICIWorld don't sell anything. Nobody sells anything. It's you that does the selling. But you got to get the introduction from the people, and that's what this stuff is doing. And so yes, one lead can and is making people a lot of money. And I could go through that, but I'll leave that for you to see testimonials and learn about this more as time goes on. This is your business. You should be sending your buyers to your website. Boy, can it save time. Let them go and look through some of the lists of property. Let them research that. And you might find that they might have to be on one side of town. Next thing you know, they're on the other side of town. Or maybe they've got a property that you never even expected they would think about, all because you allowed them to search on your website. Now you, of course, they can tell you what they're looking for, and you can try to show that as well too. So you're not eliminating anything. You're just giving them opportunities to spend some of their time searching through your website, which should contain 3 major world networks. If you don't have them, you're missing out. I'm going to show you. I know some of them professional, and you think that MLS is the only way to market property. It is not the only. It's one of the best. No question about it. I've served on MLS committees myself. No question, it's the best in the world. One time back in the 1880s, 1980s, and even right up until even 10 and 20 years ago, in some parts of the world, it's still this way. You walk into a hardware store, you post your property for sale, and you stick it on a bulletin board, and that's how properties used to be marketed many, many, many years ago. And today, it can be on the internet where somebody posts it in one country and somebody from another country who wants to move to that country sees it. Bingo, they give them a call and they go do a deal. It's happening big time. So it's the new business nowadays with the new technology, and having your website out there is very, very important to help these people connect to do business. So get excited, promote with a passion, let people know what's on your website. Get excited, let them know you've got exclusive and MLS properties, let them know you've got commercial and residential, let them know you've got this. And if it's a special owner of a certain kind of, maybe a business, a restaurant business or a hotel, motel, gas station, let them know you got 200 restaurants on your website. So that's where you want to get excited. When you hand out your business card, that's where it starts, with your website on your business card. So we have 40 different ways to promote a website. It's not just SEO and search engine optimization. It's also how you hand out your business card 2 or 3, 4 times daily to people, but let them know and get them excited about going to your website. If you tell a builder I got a website, big deal, they don't have time. But if you tell them you've got 200 development pieces of land, infill sites, condo sites, development potential, subdivision potential, land ready to go, land in draft plan. It depends on how you talk about what is on your website. We're going to cover that here. It's very important that brokers are actually missing in the business today, and we want to sort of emphasize the things that are going to help you generate leads and get people to have the motivation to struggle to get to your website and to learn these things, properties, and then give you a call to go see properties and you make money. So every single person in your sphere of influence, you should be telling them to add your website, your mobile website, as a shortcut onto their mobile device. I'm going to repeat that because the race is on. And what I'm going to do is I have opened my phone. I'm going to switch the computer now, and I'm going to switch it over to my phone, and this is what you should be doing with your phone. I hope I can do this successfully. I'm doing this for the first time right now too. This is all technology here. Let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to try to make the presenter here go to my phone, and let's see if it's working here. Hang on. And I don't know if I'm still on. Okay, so it looks like I have to log into this phone. Hang on one second, people. Oh my gosh. Here we are. Oh, it's asking me to put in the webinar ID again. Let's try to put that in. And let's see if we can bring up what you should be promoting on your phone. I'm going to give you a good example of this. Here we go. Come on now. We apologize, but we're having trouble locating this webinar. Did I put in the right number? 145280. Oh, I put in the wrong number. Hang on. 915. Okay, press enter. Okay, let's bring this up. And it should be appearing on the screen. Now, why is it not? Let's just switch this over here. Let's see if I can make the presenter on this one here. See if that makes, okay, so I'm back to here. And let's go back to the other phone. Make the presenter, here we go. Try it again. And maybe I have to bring up that webinar software. Hang on one, people. I'm going to just stop this thing right here. Let me just try to bring up the webinar. Hang on. Request keyboard and mouse control. No, that's not what I want to do. So for some reason, I'm going to have to stop the recording and restart as soon as I get it working. Hold on one moment here. Attendees and sharing. Stop. Okay, after a little finagling, I've been able to put the screen of the mobile phone onto the screen so that everyone that's listening to this webinar can actually see it. And here's what I'm suggesting everyone should do. So everybody has a different front screen, and what we want to do is to get your customers to put your website. Now I'm going to just pick a website that is a mobile website of one of our members, and it happens to be this one right here. I just clicked on it. And so this could be your website on the phone of all your customers. Okay, this is a mobile website. Okay, now here's the beauty. If they're interested in real estate, they can click on the little hamburger up at the top right hand corner with the three little lines, and you'll see residential and you'll see commercial. So if they're interested in searching MLS, and these are websites that we totally set up for you, turnkey operation. Everything we're doing here is something that we've set up for Nadia in this case, and for all like 1,000 members here. And people can actually search the TREB MLS listings. So you'll see it's quite nice here. People can kind of search and pick where they want to be and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into the actual searches today, but I'm going to show you that people can have this other network working on here too. And this is from the websites that we supply from ICIWorld, where these beautiful properties that are coming up on the screen, people can see them. And then when they click on one of these pictures, they can see these beautiful homes coming up from your website. Now you tell me if this isn't the ultimate in marketing on the internet, when people can see beautiful color photos and slideshow displays of properties, the interior photos, and all this kind of stuff. This is fantastic from their phone with your website. So I'm suggesting the race is on to get your website onto the phone of all your customers' phones. And so over the next 1, 2, 3 years, they can end up with your website where they can come in here and they can do a property search themselves. They can actually program themselves to choose they can put their email in, and then they can put their price low and price high, and then they can choose that maybe they want residential, and then they can choose any area that they want to search. They can search any place in Toronto, and all the different areas in Toronto come up. Or maybe they want to search just the GTA into a specific location and pick a city around Toronto, which they can do. Okay, and it might be some other city. So that can also be done. And that way they can actually have listings sent from your website automatically to them, and next week get a copy from your website of a home they'd like to go see, and they give you a call and say, can you show us this property tonight at 7? I just got an email this afternoon. I'd like to see it. And then they'll also have another service of the exclusive listings that are in an area. And if people are interested in different areas of Ontario, and you might say, why all of Ontario? I'll explain in a minute. But you're all licensed in Ontario, a lot of people that are listening to this particular seminar, webinar, and you'll see that all the listings are coming in sorted by price. Now, isn't that neat? So in other words, if somebody's interested in this one here that's coming for sale, they're going to try to click on that number, but they actually cannot click on that number. They have to call you for more information, and that's different from MLS, that's different from other services. We're recommending that you have all these 3 different services working on your website. So people will have to call you on that particular number. You could even be a part-time agent. You can be doing referrals to the full-time agents to make money and helping them do business, as long as the full-time agent doesn't mind paying you a little 25% referral fee for in exchange and in consideration of you directing that lead to them. Okay, so that's another way that business is being done. Now, another way business is being done is with commercial, where somebody can click on commercial on your website. And how can this generate leads? Well, people can come down here and they can choose any city that they want to. And if it happened to be Brampton, I'm taking it's the beginning of the alphabet, easier to come up quicker, and just so that you can see what's going on here. All of these properties come up, and if somebody's interested in one of these properties, I say 162 townhomes right there, and this is commercial, of course, they're going to try to click on that, but they can't do it. They have to call you. That's the difference between websites that make money and not make money. Here, they have to call you. And this helps the public, because now more information, doing it this way, more real estate are more inclined to present all of this exclusive type information, share it amongst 2,000 other brokers, for instance, in Ontario, and allow their listings to be on other brokers' websites to trigger leads, and then you end up referring that customer to the original broker. Now, if the commission was theoretically, say, $40,000, it's split 20 and 20, 20 to the listing and 20 to the selling, and you would get 25% of the selling portion of the 20,000, which would be $5,000 for doing a referral. Now, it doesn't seem like much, and we do have brokers that have done as many as 15 referrals. They've made $45,000 with 75 minutes of work. But what's set up in the first place is the network, which is a tremendous expense to set up this network, to have this all work for you. And ICIWorld works 20 years building this network so that it can trigger this kind of a lead from your website. If you don't have this and you're promoting your website and you're not getting leads, this can be one of the reasons, because if somebody could click on that number, they could end up getting the other broker. If somebody could see the address of the listing, they could end up driving by the property first, seeing the other sign on the property, calling the other broker, doing a deal with them, and you're the one that did all the work to trigger that lead and getting zero for it. So this is a way for you to benefit by exposing these kind of properties in this particular fashion. The other thing is, if you're talking to a restaurant owner or someone that owns a property, a hotel, a motel, if you're checking out of a motel, ask the owner if he could be interested in selling. If you show them right on your phone, right in front of them, no matter where you are in the world, this works. You click on search and look at, there's 215 buyers and sellers of hotels and motels that are on here. Buyers and sellers. So it shows how well connected you are in the marketplace of buyers, and you can use this in your listing presentations. If you're trying to list a little apartment building, you click on wanted. This can generate leads from you. Somebody sees it on your website and say, my God, look at all the buyers this gentleman is privy to. Over 300 buyers right here alone. You can see all the wants being listed. Maybe we should list the property with you. This triggers leads from a website. So just because you have a website doesn't mean that you trigger the leads. You have to have something on your website that triggers the leads. I'm suggesting this is a spark plug. That's why we have a picture of a spark plug for our widgets, our IDX link. These are all IDX links. We've been doing them for several years, way before even real estate boards had them. And we call them widgets, but they're really IDX links since, I think, 1999 when we first started them. But we never built them quite as sophisticated as they are now. And it's just very, very exciting to see. So those are the wants, and then if people want to maybe buy a shopping center or an apartment building, you could be a residential broker. You could end up getting a call on one of these shopping centers, and they'll say, listen, I'm really interested in this Toronto retail user investment property for 5.3. Can you help me? you should end up doing a referral. You are going to call that other broker and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? So that's what these can do. Now, can you imagine if you've got your website on, say, 300 or 400 people that are in your sphere of influence, and you're telling them all about your website, that they can go and search all these kinds of things. They can also do the world search and bring up the very similar widget that you can have with our mobile apps. And you'll see that coming up here where people can do that same sophisticated search. And some brokers may only want this one thing only, and you could have it. And that way people can come to your website, and every single day, if they wanted to check a certain business category, for instance, they could click on what's the latest residential listings coming for sale. They could choose residential, do a search, and then say, okay, bingo, up comes the listings coming in today. So if you're seeing this 1 year from now, these listings are going to be the listings that day that you do the search. So we know that this is a video that'll be seen time again over a period of time. It applies to everyone. All our videos on the ICI World Educational YouTube video channel apply to this day from the very first one that was ever made. They all still apply to this day. So that's what we call a mobile website. We're suggesting that every single one should have this on their website. I'm going to switch back now, back to our, let me see if I can do this real quick here. Pardon me for the little delay here because it's tricky. Oh, there we go. I got to go back here. And I think it's this one here that I've got to, how do I do this? Hang on. I'm having a little tricky time getting back. I have to figure out which one is me each time and see if this is it. Make presenter. Here we go. Am I on the right one? And the answer is no. I'm so sorry. Hang on, let me try this one here. Make presenter. This should be me. Nope, that's actually the other one. I have a few computers open. Sorry about that. Make presenter. This should be this one. So they keep on switching back and forth. I'm having a tricky time learning this thing here. Organizer, there it is there. Make presenter. There we go. Okay, coming back to my one screen. It should bring us back to where we were. Thank you so much for your patience, people. And that's an example now how you should get your mobile website added as a link onto everybody's mobile phone. And that's something new. How can adding your mobile website onto everybody's phone as a shortcut be so darn important? Well, if you're 300 people that you know, just go to the last wedding you were at, how many people were there? If every single one of them had your website on their phone, wouldn't that be wonderful? I'm going to have to change this phone here so that I don't get the feedback coming in. So hold on. I'm going to just do that. So it would be very exciting if you could end up doing that. Now, if you want to read more about it, you go to ICIWorld.com/race. The race is on is what it's all about. And that's going to explain to you what's going on. You should write that down on a pad of paper. ICIWorld.com/race. So the benefit is that whenever either of your friends or their friends want to search real estate, your website on their phones provides the most industry options available out there. Not only do you have real estate board listings, but you will also, and which they can search at your real estate board, but they will also have listings from ICI World, which are all exclusive, both residential and commercial, and they also have the listings from the websites that we supply from ICI World. We're an official distributor, educator, and a first line of support for the websites we're supplying to the industry. And they will also have the listings from there as well. Now, the benefits to them is that they will have more choices than other realtors. They find out about listings like all realtors, but in addition, they also find out about exclusive opportunities that are not on real estate boards, providing more opportunities in the marketplace. I believe it's going to become a race to try to get every realtor to get their mobile site onto their phone. Now, how would you add your mobile site onto their phone? We teach that. But one way that you could also learn about it is by going to, and I'll just do a quick one, and I'm going to go to the word search on ICIWorld, and I'm going to click on it, and you'll see another little video right there, how to add a shortcut. Now it says here to ICIWorld.mobi on an iPhone 5S. Pretend it's not ICIWorld.mobi, but it happens to be your mobile website. So your customers, in a lot of cases, I'm finding people don't know how to add shortcuts. So you click on that, and up comes a video, but you got to listen to this little, you can skip the ad in video. That's a little skip the ad, and then it goes right into how you can add your phone, your website onto somebody's phone. What you do is you get them to bring up, let's see, it should be playing right here. You click on it and you bring up a website. Now I'm going to stop, and you're going to see a little up arrow down here at the bottom on the iPhone, so that when the website comes up, you click on that and you can add it as a shortcut. That's the quick way. You can listen to the rest of it and the explanation by simply going to ICIWorld.com. Let me just kind of back out of here. Let's pop this in over here. Go to ICIWorld.com and you click on search right there, and then how to add your phone, mobile phone, onto their website. Go down the page a little bit and you'll see that there's a little button here that says how to add a shortcut to, and it's to ICIWorld.mobi, but it could be to any website. And that's how you add it on an iPhone. Now on an Android, there's three little dots on the top right hand corner. When somebody visits your website, let's say in Google Chrome from their phone, there's three little dots at the top that you can click on, and then you can add a shortcut to their phone. Now it's a shortcut. It's not an app. An app takes a little bit of resources, and some people are out of resources, and some people don't want it because of that. But you tell them it's just a link that they could delete anytime by sliding it up to the top and removing it on a phone. But that's how to add a shortcut onto their phone. All of you should be thinking about doing that. Make sure you have a mobile website in the first place. Our mobile websites are free for 30 days. After that, they are $1.99 per year. It works out to $16.50, and you will have, we say, a website more powerful than a $30,000 website from ICIWorld, from basically $16.50. Let's move on. So yeah, that's all part of promoting a website right there, getting your website onto all your customers' phones before all your competition does it. And so the limited number of people that are seeing these videos, they are the ones that are getting to jump on the whole marketplace. So get excited. You're going to benefit from this the most. Your customers will have more benefits than other realtors are providing, and it should become a race now to get them your phone on. Now, the next thing is, let's talk about your website being optimized. To be an optimized website, if you don't have listings on your website, why should anybody call you? So having listings on a website is one of the reasons that 90% of people on the internet that are searching for real estate are searching for listings. So if your website has listings, bingo, they're going to want to search your website for listings and then maybe give you a call. Well, we're recommending that you have 10 links to listings, not just one link to just a real estate board service. And there's ways that you can have many more links to search listings on your website than just a real estate board. But the real estate boards are the most important. You must have it. You must participate in the whole organized real estate industry. It's wonderful. But there are times when you either cannot or don't want to place an exclusive opportunity. If somebody says, I don't want to list my property with you, but if you bring me in a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. That's an opportunity that's just going down the drain. You could be making money from it. You can be benefiting them because you're plugged into the networks. They aren't. And there's a special way to do it so that you will be in compliance with your real estate licensing bodies. We'll teach that later. So now when you trigger leads to do referrals, some people say, well, I don't want any other listings that's not in my area. But here they're licensed in a state or a province. Why not have all the listings in that state or province on your website? If somebody searches a property in another city and they call you on it, you just do a referral back to that broker. There's nothing, but there is one thing better than listing and selling real estate. It happens to be referrals. Why? Because they're 5 minutes to do and they average $3,000 to $10,000. And you tell me, where else can you spend 5 or 10 minutes and to make $3,000 to $10,000 and more? It's doing referrals, and you're providing a great service to the public. because they might never otherwise have found out about that property if it wasn't for you. So all the part-time people in the world, all the retired brokers in the world, you should keep your license in real estate. Get yourself a proper website that does all this good stuff, that triggers leads. And when somebody calls you about a property, you do a referral. Now, when you're retired, you've got a lot of knowledge in the business. And maybe you want to give that referral to somebody that's more competent, and because of your connections in the business, you know who is more competent, who could maybe properly service that particular customer properly and give them good service. You can do that, but at least you have an opportunity to do a 5-minute referral. So you trigger these leads to do referral business. Now, if you do have one of the websites that we supply, you must log into it a minimum of once a month. Why is this important? People say, I'm not getting leads from my website. So we go to their website, we look at it, and lo and behold, their website's not even working. The domain name's down. They didn't renew it on time. You know, once a year you get an email to renew your domain name. If you miss that one email at the end of 1 year and your website doesn't get you don't renew the domain name, you could lose that domain name. Not only can you lose the domain name, somebody else can pick it up. And then when you try to get it back, don't forget you got your domain name on your business cards, letterhead, and all kinds of people knowing, and it could be a mobile website that's on 100 other customers' websites, and you lose your domain name. That's very valuable. So you try to say, well, I'm going to sue you, but if the person's in the United Kingdom, you're going to sue them there? It's going to cost too much money. So then you try to make a deal with them. Say, well, listen, I'll give you $50 or $100, $200. And they start at $2,000. That's all they want, is a couple of $1,000 for going and grabbing your domain name when you didn't renew it on time. So if there's one thing that I recommend you do, you can mark it down, is to put your names on auto renewal. Your domain names, put them on auto renewal. It's about the only thing that I put on auto renewal is domain names. Okay, and then we go in and we look at their website, and their website doesn't show any listings. Something happened where there's a glitch. There's glitches on all kinds of things. You know, if a car's not running right, sometimes you got to take it in, and next thing you know, he says, well, it's your electronic ignition that's not working exactly right. Well, maybe you need an analysis on your website, okay? And that's some of the things that we can kind of do. Maybe the links are not showing up. You got to dig too far to even see some of the listings. I don't know, but there are reasons why sometimes you're not getting listings. And also, when the addresses are showing, sometimes you could be getting the leads, but people are seeing the addresses and they're driving by the properties first before calling you. And why are they doing that? Well, if you have some other listings where they can't do that, maybe that can plug that hole, and if they see a listing they like, they'll call you on that. Other reasons, there's other reasons as well. Now, a minimum of 1 to 2 listings on a website. Now, when you do have one of the websites that we supply, other brokers will not do the handshakes with you. They not offer their listings to be on your website unless you have offered some listings back for them to use on their website, and your listings better have a minimum of 5 photos, because if you put a listing on the websites we supply and it doesn't have a photo, other people will actually block your listings from going on their website. Do you make sure you have at least 5 photos, because nobody wants to have a website and somebody sees a listing and it's got no photo, no photo, no photo. So when you are doing the photos that are on the websites that we supply from ICIWorld, you must make sure you have at least 5 photos or more so that it shows up really nice on some other broker's website. So those are the kind of issues that are going on in here today. Another thing to trigger more leads from your website, if you do an open house this weekend and 10 people come through and 5 are working with brokers and 5 are not, you should try to get all those 5 people that are not working with other brokers to get them programmed in your website to send them listings absolutely automatically and for free. They want a home in a certain area between $500,000 and $600,000. You can program it on their website. You could have a couple of iPads sitting on the kitchen counter on their counter and say, here, you just put in here what you're looking for, and you choose the area, the neighborhoods that you're looking for. And if something comes available, and then, you know, over the next while, it'll automatically get sent to you, absolutely free. The website does it automatically. Isn't that wonderful? So 5 people leave that particular open house, and they're now programmed, and then 2 weeks from now, one of them calls you on a Tuesday and says, geez, we just got a listing in an email from your website. We've been watching these new listings, but this one really matches what we're looking for. We'd like to go see it tonight at 7 o'clock. Can you show it to us tonight at 7? That is one of the most refreshing calls you can get. This is lead generation, people. This stuff works, okay, if you have it working for you. Now, you should program every one of your buyers to receive these new listings. And next, you should have a resource center, because when people are moving to an area, why not provide them all kinds of resources on what is provided by the area in which they're moving into. So if you're in an area, you want to tell them about the community centers, the city hall, where the police department is, where the shopping is, and where the schools are. Why not have a resource with all of that stuff for that particular area on your website in something called a resource center, where you can put 50 links to various resources. You can have resources on moving checklist, where 3 weeks from now, what do you do? 1 week from now, what do you do? And all the different things you got to remember to do in moving. It's one of the most stressful times in a person's life. Why not give them a moving checklist and have that right on your resource center? Why not have reasons to use a realtor on your resource center? So those are things that you can be doing on your website to help improve your office building, which I'm calling it an office building on the internet for you, of resources. If people say, how much does it cost for a lawyer? Why not have estimated costs for a lawyer subject to the lawyer? You know, all of those moving expenses, land transfer tax, all of those things can be resources. How to calculate a mortgage. All of those things can be resources in your resource center on your website, which helps provide great service to your customers, keeps them plugged into you, and why not even have an events in your resource center where people wonder what's going on this weekend in this particular area. Is it the Ukrainian festival? Is it another festival of some other sort going on in your area? And that shows, you know, all kinds of good things happening, and people say, whoa, what a wonderful place to move to. Keep in mind, people from all over the world can see your website. They can search it out. And if they can say, what a beautiful community, a wonderful place to move into. Isn't this marvelous? Next thing you know, you're getting a call. Whether you sell that one particular home or another one, you've established a business relationship for people to deal with you. Whew. We got 20 minutes left. This is a full day seminar, so stick around. No, I'm just joking. We're going to try to be finished in 19 minutes, and we're going to give you resources, people, because we cannot cover everything there is. It's like teaching you how to promote your business all over again, right from square one. You've kind of got to get into it and break it down one item at a time. And over the next year, we suggest that you break it down into 12. All the seminars we're doing, break them down into 12 easy portions. Take one thing 1 month and try to do it. One thing next month, try to do it, and try to put these things in place. Now, websites are like billboards. You can have more than one. They each can be working for you. We support all websites in the world. So if you have one or two, we suggest you keep them. But you might also want to add one of the ones we have for $16.50. If you don't have an advertising budget that can handle that, there is something wrong. Even if you're out of money, you got to get it, because this generates, it's an investment, not a cost. An investment means that you make money back from it. It's not a cost. A cost is like hydro, or it's like a telephone. That's a cost. But an investment is, will this thing make money for me? It's like putting money in the bank. Will it generate interest? Will investing in real estate, will it make money for me? That's what these websites and things should be doing, and it should be doing it every 90 days. A measuring tool with ICIWorld and our pledge is 90 days. If you're not making money every 90 days or generating leads every 90 days, you must call us. We have found that some people didn't make money right off the bat. And then when we analyzed them, they had no listings. They were not working exclusive information. Their website was not running at all. No wonder they didn't make any money. They didn't have the widgets working on their website. So there's reasons for this, logical, practical reasons that some things work and some things don't. We will cover it in a 30-minute session for you. We get right down to work. We'll go right to work, because we have a big heart for this real estate industry to make it work for the customers, for you, and for everyone. It's a big win-win situation. We've served on real estate boards. We've spoken at real estate associations. We know the issues and problems and how hard it is, and people don't realize what you have to go through just to do one particular transaction. It's a lot. So we're there with you. So the bottom line is, without listings, why should people call you? So why should you drive thousands of people to your website if you should be able to analyze it within a week or two? If you're not getting leads and you just did some pay-per-click with Google and they tell you you're getting traffic to your website and you're not getting the calls, that's the bottom line, people. I'm with you. And I'll say to Google, I'm not getting the calls. Why should I be advertising? Maybe I'm advertising for other brokers because they're seeing the addresses and calling up and going and driving by and calling the other brokers. Well, if you can have both, we recommend both. Don't remove one over the other. Include them. Include them. This is a business of inclusion. Include it. It's part of marketing. It's like fishing. Marketing is a lot like fishing. If you have a line in the water here and one there, and you can put one in one lake and another in another lake, that's against the law to put 3 lines in the water at one time when you're fishing, but not for marketing. Not for marketing. It's actually good. It's the opposite. If you can put a line in, advertise here or advertise there, it's actually a budget restriction that you might have over time. And it's also a time restriction. The beautiful thing about what we're talking about now, everything here is working almost automatically because the websites update themselves, 50 to 100 new listings a day. Your job is to point that out to your people. If you don't tell people that your website is updating itself with new listings daily, you're the one missing out. You didn't tell them a reason for them to come back to your website and do the searches on a regular basis. You should tell them to go on their phones, get your phone onto their phone and check the latest listings daily for new listings. Homes are being sold. The people are lining up on a Friday for a VIP condo event on a Saturday. So on ICIWorld, we have properties coming for sale. We have events coming for sale. You can be searching that even before it gets to, onto the real estate boards. Those are the kind of things that are going on in the industry right now, and it seems like a well-kept secret. Like, how many people really know about this? And yet, we're on the front page of so many magazines and trade publications that are also doing a wonderful job getting your listings out to the marketplace. But people today are overwhelmed and suffering from information overload. So getting some of these shortcuts onto their phone cuts through all the business. They can just go to their phone on a quiet time, or they can be standing at line at Tim Hortons, and you can click on, for instance, on ICIWorld, they click on ICIWorld.mobi on their phone, ICIWorld.mobi. Yeah, you can add, everyone in the world can add that to their phone. There's 8,000 installations now, and you can click on it and search, and bingo, within 3 to 7 seconds, you can see the latest listings in your area. There's nothing easier. That means that all the brokers that are on ICIWorld are getting the benefit of that kind of traffic for their listings, and then the listings have a link to your websites. Every one of them. We are driving traffic to websites from ICIWorld because we feel the whole strength is with the members through their websites. Now, if somebody clicks on an interesting listing, they click on the website of that member, they go to that member, learn all about them, see the resources available, pick up the phone, give them a call, and start to do business. That's what it's all about. When people advertise on ICIWorld, the public is literally 1 to 2 to 3 clicks away from getting to your website. Keep that in mind. Now, people say, why should I have commercial on my website when I'm residential? Why should I have residential on my website? It's just a choice. It's just a choice. If people are not interested, they're not going to click. People that are buying $1 million commercial properties live in $1 million homes. People that live in $1 million homes are investing in $1 million pieces of real estate, investment real estate. So why not have them both as an option on your website? Now, a doctor, when you go to a doctor and a general practitioner and you have a problem with your heart, he refers you to a heart specialist. Every single broker, to a certain extent, is like a general practitioner, and then you refer somebody to a specialist in that particular area when it comes to commercial real estate. Waterfront could be a specialist. You could refer it to people that have, waterfront is a key word that you can have on your website for all the waterfront properties in your state or province. So those power of sales, that's another keyword that can be on your website. Would you like to have that triggering leads for you? And then just refer it to the broker that's got that listing. Okay, so now the one thing we also do with the websites is we actually hide the addresses, and because we don't think that's fair. We don't think it's fair that you should go to all the time, trouble, care, and attention to build a website only to have all the leads that you generated from attending these sessions, listening to these long-winded, I know, sessions that we're doing here. And I often say this is not like Dancing with the Stars, that's for sure, because I love Dancing with the Stars. It's glittery and it's beautiful and it's musical. This is strictly how to make provide services to the public and make money doing it. Tip after tip after tip. Now, it's not going as fast as maybe some of you like, but just have the patience because there's another one just around the corner coming your way. These are concepts in real estate that can make you a lot of money. Okay, let's move on. Here are some of the things you could have on your website. Easy. Real easy. Just give us a call, and next thing you know, we send the instructions to you. You forward the instructions to your website designer, and bingo, you got all this stuff on your website. FSBOs included. You bet. The only people that can click on those listings are the members of ICIWorld. And so you should have all these kind of listings on your website working for you. Residential exclusives in all the different various markets. In fact, in all the cities in your state or province, you should have them on your website. It can trigger a lead. You just do referrals. You make money from doing referrals. One referral can make you $5,000, $10,000. Just paid for a lifetime of services of everything we're offering here right now. And if you don't have it working, it's not a case of, well, should I, shouldn't I? You must make it work if you want to make some money. You must make it work, and we will work with you until you get it working like all our other successful people. Read our testimonials. Links to listings is a key. You can look for all structured in a way that you get the calls. Yes, it is like having classified ads of a newspaper on your website, but in one special way, in a way that you get the calls from all the listings, from all the brokers that have allowed them to be on your website. That's the win-win situation. It's almost back to the very formation of MLS itself back in the 1880s. If you can help me sell my properties, I'll help you sell your properties. That's what we are at ICIWorld. We're the same thing. It's taken a long time to get here. We've had lots of members from the public that wanted to pay to get their ads on ICIWorld, but they have to go through a licensed real estate broker and salesperson to do it. Now, they can add it in our free FSBO area, but again, it's through a licensed real estate broker or salesperson that's going to be contacting them, because we don't allow things to happen sort of like Kijiji where people can cut you right out of the business. And we're finding that a lot of people are getting fed up with a lot of these other services. People are wasting time. I got people now telling us that they prefer surfing on ICIWorld over Facebook even, in terms of wasting time. Of your time is very valuable. Why not get right down to the real estate opportunities on today's market that are happening? Now, we do not delete listings on ICIWorld for 5 years. Yes, you heard it, 5 years. It's up to you to choose how far back you wish to go, how far back you wish to search. Our default setting is 90 days, 3 months. That's it. So if somebody searches an app on ICIWorld, 3 months after that, your listings are dropped off. If you're a member, your listings do not show on the default setting on ICIWorld on our apps. People have to search back longer, and a lot of people don't do that. So that's how things are working in today's day and age. Reasons why you're not getting listings, there they are. You can read this stuff later on here. Handshakes. Oh, I log into a website helping someone, and what I see right away is that there's another 100 brokers that have agreed to allow their listings to be on your website, and you have not approved them. So what happens if somebody visits your website and they do not find a home or a commercial property that they're interested in, and yet it could be one of the ones that you have not approved from one of these other brokers? Can you be missing doing deals and not realize it? Yeah, everyone. So it's up to you to keep your handshakes up to date. That's why we say it's important that you log into your website a minimum of once every 30 days, number one. And number two, look after your to-do list if you have one. Training videos, yeah, we have training videos in ICIWorld. I'm just going to do that very quickly because there's resources here that after you're finished today, what do you do? Well, one of the things you can do is go to this for members page, and you're going to see some training videos down here on what you can be doing. But then you have these YouTube videos here right in the middle that you can kind of be researching. And you can listen. How to promote your website is also included in there. For actual members of ICIWorld, we have something special when you log in way over here called training videos. And then if you just kind of, let me see, let's just log in and make it 1 month here. See if I can log in. Oopsie daisy. We have issues too. Hang on. Maybe it's the wrong password or something. Let me see if I can remember it. Here we go. Hope I can get it first time around. Let's give it a shot. And click on that. What the heck is happening here? Okay, so there's something happening here. Gnuska. Let's try it one more time. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our main website, and I'm going to go to login, executive member login, and I'm going to log in on the right-hand side and try that. There we are. We're logged in. So I was putting in the wrong one. But I'm going to go down here to this training videos now. And we're logged in, and this is private and exclusive for the confidential use of our executive members. 75 marketing ideas for real estate agents, and we're going to go down the page. There they are. This is just wonderful tools from the people that we deal with, listing and marketing, all of these, no matter, just tremendous ideas on how to generate business for yourselves. ICIWorld education videos, I just showed you that. Executive member training and support. If I click on that, there's another one there, and you can listen to these videos that teach you how to do various things from time to time. And there's a whole bunch of other things here that you can read, how to search advanced, etc. Security on the internet, very, very important. In fact, I'm going to click on that right now. Oopsie, click on the security on the internet. And this is a very, very important thing. In fact, if you just type in ICIWorld.com/security, you should write that down. This is a very, very important page, and I'm going to click on this one here that says ICIWorld.com/security, and there's our security page here. Sorry I had to go through those couple of loops. I'll fix that probably for next time. But there's your password test. You should get into that. That's something else that you should have a look at, and that's for the subject of another session. Let's go back to promoting the website here. Hang on a second. Here we go. All right. How to promote your website. There's videos there, domain names, which you should have in a domain name. We have videos on that. If you're missing the domain name video, let me know. I can even send it to you. If you're not a member, we'll actually send that to you to kind of help you out. Picking a good domain name for your website, just give us a call. We'll send you that. How to promote your website, video number 15. That's all in that private for exclusive members video. There is some value-added stuff when you join ICIWorld that we want to make sure that you take advantage of. All of our YouTube videos, you can play them on your computer, Blackberries, and other devices. And we also have contacting customer care. There's a nice manual involved too that kind of help you do all that stuff. We also have a major resources. If you can mark that down, it's ICIWorld.com/resources. And I'm going to click on that just to show you what you can see. There's PowerPoint presentations here, reasons to work with a realtor that you can actually put on your own website, and social media. Social media can help you because if all your customers know your social media and you have links to your website, you're just bringing more traffic to your website. And people are going to be surprised with how well connected you are in the marketplace. They say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you did all this and you were connected into all these buyers and sellers. They'll be kind of very impressed. So social media is very important to help promote your website as well. And so and how you get there is you just go to ICIWorld.com/resources. I'm going to close some of these other pages out here. There we go. Let's go back here. Where is it here? There we go. And click on that. And bring that up full screen again. Okay, next. There they are, people. We're finishing off with this. We got 3 minutes left. SEO, the people that have stayed here to the end, you can join ICIWorld by going to our main website and click on join. And but this is the big items to get to the top of the search engine. Having a domain name. that has the word maybe real estate in it and your city. So it doesn't matter whether it's San Diego realestate.com or torontorealestate.com. However, when you're in a big city, you're lost. People are already way ahead of you doing that stuff. If you want to get to the top of the search engines within 48 hours, you use pay-per-click. We can't cover it here because it's kind of involved, but pay-per-click. And we're actually going to give you $100 towards pay-per-click. So people that have stayed to the end, you're going to get $100 free right now by simply going to Google AdWords. I'm telling you, you have to write it down. Google AdWords. And search that on the internet, and when you get there, you'll say Gary Nuska from ICIWorld suggested that if you just ask for $100 free for Google AdWords, you'll start me off with $100 of free advertising. Is that correct? And if anybody ever gets a no, please call me back, 416-214-4875. I've been telling this to people for 10 years, and they've been giving it for 10 years. They might cut you down to $75. Oh, they got to save some money maybe. But $75 to $100 is what you should get absolutely free for staying this long. It's sort of like a little reward. You're already making money by just being here for the last hour, worth $75. So having a proper domain name getting you to the top, that's very important. Having a name, I'm recommending that you have 3 domain names. One is your own name you give out to your own customers. Another one is a name with your area. Google AdWords will help you pick some good domain names. If you need help, you can give us a call. We suggest you get your names registered. You could use GoDaddy out of a couple of thousand websites we've set up. I think more than 500 have used GoDaddy with us, and we can help you get started with GoDaddy domain name. Your page title should also include the information of what makes your website pertinent. So if you work in a special area of a certain city, you might make that part of your page title. People in smaller communities, you get to the top of the search engines right away by doing this stuff. People in large centers, you're going to have to use pay-per-click to get to the top within 48 hours. But you can do it. Within 48 hours, you can be the top of the search engine. And if you're not making money with your AdWords within 1, 2, 3 months, give us a call. We would like to talk to Google and find out what's going on and examine your website to make sure that you are getting leads. The meta description and the meta keywords, also very important. Get those to be the same. So if it's Mississauga real estate, foryou.com or something to that effect, or BramptonRealEstateInfo.com. You want to get those meta descriptions right into your meta tags and keywords as well. Highlight the first sentence on the page in bold. Can you believe that? Google will actually search the bold characters that make the word and then search the word and see if that matches the word, so that is your website relevant if somebody searches a certain area. So if you're in Etobicoke in Toronto and you've got that first sentence in bold and a nice font, and you've got the meta tags and keywords and description and page title and domain name all with Etobicoke in it and the word real estate, you got a better chance if somebody searches Etobicoke real estate. That's how to make your page relevant. Just make your page relevant, people. That's what it's all about. Now, if 2 websites come up, I'm 1 minute over. I might go about 3 minutes over. If your website comes up and another website comes up because they're equal, if you register your domain name for 10 years and the other person only registered it for 1 or 2 years, you get a little extra brownie point and you'll come up. Mobile and social media should be on your website. If your website, you must have a mobile website and mobilized. And number 1, and number 2, you got to get the social media onto your website. That shows that you are staying on top of the business to take advantage of technology, and so Google's going to kind of reward you for doing that. And yes, you can be at the top of the search engine literally within 48 hours. That completes our session for today. It was a shorter session than normal. Our sessions each month are a little bit different. I'm going to leave you with one thing here, and I'm going to just take you back to our main website here, where you can, if you want to contact us and ask questions, have a personal demonstration, any of this kind of stuff, give us a call. There's our information. Feel free to call at any time. We enjoy working with you and giving you a hand, taking advantage of all of this, and you have a great day. And that's it today from How to Promote Your Website from ICI World.